confident about people, you know, so she's not too worried about being in my space, but I want to make sure she stays far enough out there where if she does have a little bit of an attitude about this, wants to kind of kick out, or like last week she wanted to rear up a little bit, you know, I'm going to be at a safe distance here. And I can start to kind of bump on this nose and push that hind quarter out a little bit more at a walk here than I can at a trot or a lope. If I try and do it at a trot or a lope, she's going to stop or change directions. Here at a walk, I can start getting her corrected a little bit and trying. It's a lot like softening under saddle, you know. Let's see if we can get her just a little softer on the ground here. And thinking about right there, she runs into my lead rope. She says, you put a little extra pressure on my hindquarters, I'm just going to run off. I say, no. Pay attention here. Move your hindquarters over. Don't send her off in that same direction. Again, she wants to cut into my space a little bit. I tap her. Right again, when you get after her hindquarters a little bit more strong, just a little too much. I'll send her off this way at a walk again. And this is kind of just an opportunity where I get to see, you know, how sensitive are you going to be? Are you going to get a little stuck like she did right there? So I just give her a couple taps and say, hey, you know, when I ask for real easy, move off real easy. She keeps moving straight up to a trot, even though she's moving pretty well. I might change her direction. But again, I want her to be able to start quietly. That wasn't too bad. I at least got a couple of steps in a walk, so I'll reach out and rub on her. But when we first saddle up, you know, we're generally going to want it to be fairly quiet and take a couple of steps at a walk, maybe a couple laps around the pen at a walk before we start moving up to the trot and the lope. And I kind of want that to carry into my groundwork too, where, you know, are you paying attention enough and are you thinking enough where you're willing to just walk off if I ask you to? So this is how I like to start and finish, a lot like I do under saddle. I keep my hand really low when I do this. She's getting her nose tipped to the outside a bit too much, but that's not too bad there. So now I'll start asking for her to trot around. And when I do, like I was telling you in that message, you know, if you're going to start sending her off, make sure instead of, you know, she doesn't come in when I send her off. Those shoulders should move. Bump, bump, bump. Get her to pay attention. But those shoulders should move over. See how she crosses over there? That's what keeps her out of my space. If she kind of comes into my space a little bit with her front end, then her hind feet are going to follow. And those are the, you know, that's the end that can really get you in trouble. If she feels a little frisky. She's kind of pulling me off here. I'm just going to push on her hindquarters once or twice on each side. And then I'm going to start stepping out in front again because she's shouldering out. So I'm going to start pushing her shoulders back underneath her by stepping out in front and moving her shoulders back over. She kind of says, I don't think you can control my feet too well. I'm going to start reminding her, I still have control of your front end. But I just want to double check, make sure I can stop her on both sides. Right there, she moved in instead of moving over, so I just gave her a little tap.
Okay, so she was doing that the other day when we got, and she pulled and then...
And you can tell, you know, she's throwing that shoulder out, because when she picked up a lope right there, she was in the incorrect lead.
Yeah.
So I'll take a big step out in front and push her back over the other way, and I'll say, you know, I'll get your shoulders too. And this is something, you know, that, well, if I can convince her that I've got her shoulders here on the ground, this will directly transfer under saddle, because if you think about being under saddle, I don't know how many kind of young or green horses you've ridden, but a lot of times when you start riding them, you get kind of that same look where you get their nose tipped one way and their shoulder going the other. And it's shouldering out. So if I can start convincing her by pushing her shoulder back underneath her nose right there, she'll start understanding not only, you know, is me shouldering out, not working and not helping the situation, but if I shoulder out too much, you know, he steps out here and pushes my shoulder back the other way. But I'm going to spend a couple of minutes just sending her around like this, and then I'm going to really kind of focus on the shoulders and just move her back and forth with a lot of repetition. She wants to be a little sticky and a little angry about me controlling her front end. She wants to be that upset about it. Drag me off and try and get a little pushy with me. Wherever she goes, when I add that pressure, it's going to stay on until she ends up finding that right answer. Right there, bump, bump. And we want to soften that shoulder up. So I just let her run into a little more pressure with that lead rope until I got to a point where I can get myself and my stick over to that other side. But right now she's a little angry, she's kind of overreacting. You know, she's running one way and trying to get out. Bump, bump. I'm going to tap right there too. Shoulder, she kind of says, okay, fine, and then dives her shoulder real hard to the other side. Let's see if, you know, if I slow down my feet and my energy a little bit, now that she's responding well enough, you know, will she kind of react accordingly? Slow down and soften up a little bit too. Right there, she's driving that shoulder out. Push it back underneath there. Okay, you know, if I try to get tough with this guy, you know, and eventually it'll be if I try and get tough with anybody, you know, they get tough with me right off. They get pushed around a little bit more. But if I get soft here, they get soft with my lead rope, take an easier step. Fine. And she softens. I'm going to soften too.
Now, how can you tell when they soften up?
Kind of just a change in expression. She's not pulling quite as hard on this lead rope. When I kind of sort of bump her nose, instead of her being there constantly, I can get a little slack in it. You know, we're starting to be able to make just a nice little circle instead of me getting dragged all the way over there. And she's not real soft. You can see she's still got her head up in the air a little bit. She still thinks about pulling on me a tad, but she's not, you know, kind of pulling as much as she was a few minutes ago. She's not trying to drag me off to that end of the arena for whatever reason. She found out pretty quickly, you know, that wasn't the right answer, what she was doing. She said, I'm not getting any relief from this pressure, and this guy's still controlling my feet, so maybe I ought to start paying attention to him a little bit more. And there were two pretty good changes right there. Now she's loosening her jaw, she's breathing out a little bit. But see how now, instead of kind of leaping and pushing really hard to that outside, she's crossing over, she's kind of taking one nice step, and it's a soft step, and then she doesn't run immediately all the way out to the end of my lead rope. She starts to stay a little bit softer to it. So right about there, I'm going to give her the lead for a second and just rub on it. So that's kind of the change that I've been waiting on a little bit, where instead of, you know, she's kind of throwing herself. I stepped out over here, and she went that way. She'd kind of throw herself that way, and she'd run all the way out to the end of my lead, and then even maybe pull my feet over there a couple of steps. But in the end, she was saying, okay, you know, I've kind of figured out where the limit of this halter and lead is. You know, maybe I should not run into it quite so much. But I'll just rub on her a second.
She's got this look on her face like she.
Well, she thinks pretty highly of herself.
She does.
She says, I don't know about this and you being in charge.
I know, right?
I'm not really comfortable with that.
She's almost like, what just happened? She's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, she has calmed down.
But right here, I just kind of keep slight bumps, almost just tightening my fingers and releasing it, trying to get her nose tipped here. And then when I want to, I'm going to get after her hind quarter, and you can see that softens her to my lead rope pretty nicely whenever I do that. So if she's ever, you know, if I ever really think that she's trying to drag me off, like she's kind of got her head cocked over here and her hind quarters over here, and she's going that way, then I'll really push on those hind quarters, because that's what she's anticipating, that direction change. I'm going to bump, say, hey, pay attention, and send you off the same way. Like right there, I just tried to stop my feet a little bit to add some pressure on the lead rope, because she's trying to drag me off somewhere. So right about there, I'll say, hey.
She's like,
Shoulder control, because like I said, she's driving those shoulders to the outside. I'm going to drag you off over here. I said, okay. So right here, I'll step out front. This is a little harder work too, moving the shoulders around. It's almost like doing a rollback for her. So I'm going to give her a couple of reminders here. But I kind of start off, I wanted to just send her around a few times. And get her softened up, moving her hind quarters over. But if she wants to get, you know, back in that rhythm of trying to drag me around, I can go back to what we were just doing and see if we can find that point that we were just at, and then we would go. Now, trying to drag me around so much. Now you guys don't have like a pen or round pen anywhere, right?
you're right, no.
Because it'd be, you know, a round pen would be real good for her, because she wants to push her shoulders to the outside. Where in a round pen, you know, I don't have a line on her head, so she can try and push her shoulders to the outside all she wants. You know, but I've still got control of her feet. Getting a little better here. Instead of giving her a break this time, because she only uses that energy when it's not even there. Right here she's driving. Then shoulder to the outside. There you go. Instead of giving her a break this time, I'm going to switch right from pushing her shoulders around to asking her to move her hind quarters over. held that pressure there. I'm kind of big on, you know, if they're making any kind of movement, if I'm asking for something, then I'm going to hold that pressure there until they find what the right answer is. I don't add too much pressure when they're kind of bounce, like if she's backing up or something, you know, or if I ask her to go this way and she tries to go the other way, I kind of just hold that, let her run into more pressure if she needs to, but, you know, I'm not going to add pressure when she's a little confused. I'm trying to wait until, if she's making any kind of effort, I want to wait and let her find that answer. I'm going to send her off an extra time on this side. This side she wants to pull a lot more on, so a little extra travel to it. An extra time of pushing her hindquarters over. Alright. That wasn't the best hindquarter movement that she did anything, but she got pretty soft pretty quickly. You know, last time I asked for it somewhere over here and she stopped somewhere over there. Now I'm getting it, you know, about a quarter of the circle, which is pretty nice. Now I'll just memorizing a pattern of either stopping and changing or stopping and traveling off in the same direction every time. So I break it up a lot. But I mean, you can kind of see too, and almost hear a little bit of, you know, her getting softer here. Where before, when she wanted to really run around and drag me off, she's heavy everywhere. She's heavy to me. But now she's floating around at the trot a little bit.